Hello, my beautiful, bubbly, delicious friend. Hello, Gemini Ascendant. And thank you for joining me on this wonderful, quick fix journey about how to enter and how to leave, how to manifest something in your life, and how to de-manifest it, or rather to move on to the next transitional stage. So what is this video for? You are a Gemini Ascendant, I assume. If you're a Sun or Moon Gemini, please turn off this video. This is not for you. To find out your Ascendant, please go to a free astrology chart generator, and you enter your date of birth, your time of birth, and your city of birth, and you can find out for sure. So anyway, hello. Thank you for being here. One thing about you just straight away is you're a little butterfly. You're a delicious morsel. You're so beautiful. Gemini Ascendant, you're made for beauty. You're made for deliciousness. So don't put yourself anywhere where it's not delicious, okay? Because you don't know anything there. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't care for yourself if you're not looked at as something delicious. So my delicious Gemini, let's have a look at why you can't sometimes enter. Well, to enter anything, to enter the game, to enter anything. Well, the thing is, you're a gem, my love, and if you're not seen as such, you don't deserve it. If you're looking at a person and they're looking at you and they turn at you like this, you know, I've got like a philosopher's stone here, you know, they're looking at you like, yeah, no, just no. If you don't want trouble, if you don't want sadness, if you don't want to be treated as a child, if you don't want to be treated as crap, when people look at you like, you should not be there. Never, ever, 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 ever go anywhere where a person, an employer, a pure-hearted person who is a guru, any kind of lover, anybody, you know, either one side of the family, anybody at all, looks at you like, no. You get that look that, I'm not sure, that's no. That's a no. That's a no. So my Gemini, beautiful, my lovely Gemini, especially the first few degrees of you. There is a gem. There is a gem. I'm just going to hold this up, okay? Okay, my love? There's a gem. It's like there's a gem. There's a gem that rolls into a variety of experiences where they're not seen. Because the initiation process is very easy. If you are seen, you are good. Stay with that person, look at them, have a look, you know, and then you decide. You think about it, you know, but usually quite likely the gems are not seen. You're not seen. You know, you guys, hi, how's it going? Nothing, zero. It's like they see you with this side, you know, even though you are like this. They can't see. Move on really quickly, move on really fast, move on really far. The more people are like, you gotta go. It's even like a genetic thing, maybe, I'm not quite sure what it is, but the more people kind of like give you a dissatisfied look, the more likely you are to flourish elsewhere, perhaps with a change of ascendant or whatever. I'm not quite sure, but you need to shift. You need to shift, and you've got to sift through that very quickly. Now, on the other hand, if you want to leave, and you got a friend, because we're looking at Sagittarius descendant for you here, which is the opposite of the Gemini ascendant, and you've got a friend that's like, hey everyone, look at this one. Have you seen her dance? Have you ever seen her dance? Have you ever seen this one dance? You know, did you ever, oh my god, did you hear, her jokes are so funny, you gotta go. Why? Usually because this means that you're done. Like you're being put into a bigger gem. You're being created into the biggest experience that the person could possibly create for themselves, or this community, or this culture, or this anything, workplace, anything. If people are going, isn't he great? Or like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. When people are looking at you like that, you gotta leave. Just like that. Because basically when everybody's like, it's curtain closing, because, you know, the love story ends on a fine note. You know, everything ends on a great note. If you're going around with a person who wants to sleep in your bed, cuddled up to you all the time, and wants to like sniff your armpits and get right into you and trust that nothing else is ever going to come to them from anywhere else. If you've got somebody who's completely obsessed, who's crying over you, who's depressed and depleted if you're not around, who's obsessed with you, texts you all the time, wants to know where you are, what you're doing, you got to go. And you got to do it quick. Just go, I'm going to go over there. Like, closing my Facebook, not answering those messages. It's got to be very, very swift, not because you're not good, not because of this or that, because when people can actually understand how much love and light you actually bring with your essence, well, they get possessive. That means they don't have the light of themselves, the light inside. Especially if it's the first few degrees, because it's where the funny stars are. If you are kept around as a little golden boy or golden girl by a company, never going to be a good thing, because something inside of you will be like, why? Because something inside of you knows that people need to generate the gold themselves. People need to generate the inner goodness themselves. And when you are this fantastic person that's sort of expected to say all the awesome jokes, we've got to go. And you've got to be somewhere where you are not sure whether people are going to see you or not. But the thing is, you've got to step up. Say, for example, if you worked at a supermarket as a teenager or still, it doesn't really matter. And then you like roll out of the supermarket because, you know, for whatever reason, don't go into the job that's like a paper run or like McDonald's. You got to step up and you got to step wide. Wide. Each time that you're looking for a new job, each time you're looking for a new location, you don't have to go, oh my gosh, well my mom used to be a doctor and my dad used to be a surgeon, so I guess I should be something. No, you can go, I'm going to be a freaking ballerina and that's it. I'm going to be, say, think of it yourself, I'm going to be a clown, or I'm going to be a movie star, I'm going to be a zoologist, even though nothing in your family says that you are, or you could be. You know, and people might not notice, but say if you got a dream and you got like a dream, you know, since you were little or since you were not so little, there's a big chance that you can walk through it. Even to the point where you are a star at something already. Like say you've gone and you've done the degree, you've done the thing, and then you go, I'm going to do the complete opposite thing. For instance, I used to work as a banker, now I'm going to generate a lot of money for underground communities, you know, but usually, seriously, keep things above ground. Gemini, you don't need to like go into all that nitty-gritty stuff underneath. Usually very, very nice to service people too. If you can be around people, you serve people, be in the public eye, that's best with the Ascendant in Gemini. But generally, don't be tempted by the undercurrents of society. The undercurrents where you don't freaking know. It's because you want them to see you. And sometimes it'll be a problem, like especially for teens. It's like, there's a gang. There's a new gang in town, everyone. And I want them to see me. Like I want these people to see me and love me. Okay, that's a bad thing. So basically you got to really, really know where you're going. You got to step up every time, every time, every time. Each social network, each partner. If you're switching partners, which is probably not that likely with Gemini Ascendant because they usually like straight on, They like find someone quite usually, unless they got something quite frequently that, especially like the last few degrees of Gemini, they usually straight on. They just find it and it's just there. Well, they don't really need it till they know it. So basically, each upgrade, there needs to be a deep knowing that you're not just going around in a circle, because that will make you tired, or you know, the lymph and the low sugar, blood sugar or something, like it'll just be like, bleh, you know, the energy that Gemini Ascendant generates, it'll be like, bleh. So basically, don't get overpowered by other people treating you like this, okay? Don't get overpowered by that, because every person that you are, I'm like, I'm sorry, okay? Every person that you are in an encounter with has to know that you're worth much more usually than them. The people that you are usually looking to usually don't actually have enough to give, and this results in this, because sometimes the light is so bright that their dimensional reality can't see it, can't perceive it. So you've got to be very careful with the way that people treat you and be very, very onto it. Go, okay, that person like sent me away, you know, I'm not going to keep on knocking on the door, but you might need to, you think you need to, like that person's got to be my tutor, or that person will be something grand. And I have a feeling if you needed to leave, just recognize that everything is becoming humorous Like anything you say, when you are there, say you're saying something like, I'm really hurt. And people are like, ha 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 ha. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. No, 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 no. Listen, I'm really hurt. And people like start sending you emails and jokes, you know, punchlines, you know, little caricatures of you. That's when you know nobody's responding in this dimension. And that's very good. So the best thing, say if you ever stuck, which I do not really recommend to do, is like if you're stuck, usually there's a need to be, unless it's completely easy. So if you are stuck, like for a long time, and you're seeing these people not responding to the multidimensional energy of you, they're just responding to like, oh, she's a cute girl, or like, he's a nice fellow, golden boy, you know, if they're only responding like that, you got to draw the line, and you got to like draw it and be like, no. Say no. Say no, Gemini Ascendant, and I feel you'll be better off. Thank you very much for being here. You're a star. And yes, if you ever need a reading with me, you're welcome to check out the links below. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful transit.